Hello and welcome to a new series in the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 3. This is my first time back to the mod since it released, and you might be wondering what has brought me back. Well, it's actually not entirely related to the mod. Now I'm obviously hoping that the mod has been updated, and I have seen loads and loads of patch notes with fixes and changes and all sorts. But the thing that I'm excited to try out in this mod are two of the base game updates that have been added, which just sounded perfect for the mod. The first is tours and tournaments, the ability to go around the world exploring different courts, interacting with different characters in that way. It fits the theme of the Game of Thrones universe perfectly, right? It's a lot of the stories that you hear in the universe are so-and-so dueled so-and-so at this court, and that shows that they are the best knight in the land. That's the kind of stuff that I'm interested in, and that sounds like that would be really good. The second update is Wards and Wardens, which also fits perfectly. Wards and Wardens allows a character to become a ward in your court and you to be a warden for them. Similar to how Theon is at the start of the first Game of Thrones book. So you can have them in your court, you can educate them, they can become part of your family, and that is all really cool stuff that I didn't really get to experience when the update came out, because I was in the middle of a long campaign and we were well past the point of our court really mattering. So, that's the reason why we're back in the mod. But what are we doing here? Well, we're going to do something else that came out of our previous campaign, and we're going to do a completely intrigue-focused playthrough. We're going to try and set some kind of loose guidelines on ourselves here. There's going to be no just declaring war because we want to declare war. We got to have a reason. We got to have earned it, right? So if we get somebody into our court, we get a claim. We can press their claim. We can manipulate it so that our children, inherit some interesting title. We can kill our liege so that he is weakened, and that then allows us to press a faction. That sort of stuff is what I want to do. And there is a perfect character for it. This character, at the start of the game, is all the way up here in this one, right here. Not this one, that's actually our liege. The one below it, this one right here, we have Littlefinger. Littlefinger with the chaos is a ladder and all of that sort of stuff. Now, why is he perfect? Well, he's got absolutely nothing right at the start of the game except for money. Money allows you to scheme. He's got money and he also has intrigue. It seems perfect. He has no combat ability whatsoever. He's unmarried, he has no children, nothing has been set up for us. He is a blank slate for us to scheme upon, and that's what we want to do. So, let's just have a little look at the world as it is. So, I believe that if we have a look here, I want to go to the right one there. If we have a look here, Robert is currently in charge of the Iron Throne. He has just won his rebellion, and that is where we're starting. So, what we want to do is we want to eventually have some member of our family on the Iron Throne following the rules that we have set forth. We don't really want to focus on combat, we want to focus on scheming and getting different schemes to work and all of that sort of stuff. And if you have any ideas about good places for us to go or schemes for us to come up with, please do let me know, because I'm intrigued in how we're going to do this, because one of the reasons why we want to do this is in the previous campaign, I used everything. I used diplomacy, I used martial, I used learning, I used stewardship, I used all of the stats except intrigue. I basically just ignored it entirely. So I want to get better at it. So if you have any ideas for schemes, let me know. But I'm going to start with some very simple stuff. We're just going to look at our court, we're going to figure out what we already have, and then we're going to figure out how we can improve it. So right now, just in terms of troops, because it is worth looking at, we have 482 troops. How does that line up with our liege? Our liege has 1,300. How does that line up with our fellow vassals? So you're under the same liege, right? So you're under Lord Allen. So you have 357, 303, 478. So we're one of the more powerful vassals. We're not the most powerful. Lord Eon here is, but we're one of the more powerful vassals under our liege, so obviously some kind of scheme seems like it might be good. Okay, cool. Anyone else in our court? We do have some courtiers. Anyone stand out? I mean, this guy has relatively okay stewardship. This guy's my admiral and knight, has some martial and some intrigue. We haven't got anyone who's, you know, jumping off the page here fantastic currently, but we got some people who we could use. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at our courtiers and just see what we've got already in here. So we have a captain of the household guards who is not good. He gives us dread gain and lowers our dread decay, and gives us monthly court grandeur change, which shouldn't matter because we don't have a court. Okay. And he's a powerful agent and schemes against you. But he does reduce our risk to die or be captured in battles we're both fighting in. It's been around for 43 years, but we probably want to get rid of him. He's costing us a little bit of money per month. And beyond that, we have nothing. Okay. Are there any of these we immediately want to fill? I mean, diplomacy per level of fame isn't going to give us much because we don't have any level of fame. We're looking for things that improve our scheming. Yeah, I'm not seeing a ton. Maybe a chance to prevent assassination murder schemes could be good later, but currently we don't really have anybody who's trying to kill us because we're so, like, unimportant in the world, nobody's going to try. Maybe a personal champion to take her place in duels would be useful. And then beyond that, we don't have too much. Now, we could get a maester, and we can get that almost immediately by doing send for a maester from the Citadel. That would be good, because it's our effectively our court physician, but it would also be good because it will allow us to get our child some benefits. Scheme Discovery's chance from Keeper of the Cells could be good. So, any of my held titles. Rank is equal to lordship. Castle type. We have a large castle or a common castle. Okay, so am I a lord? I am a lord, so I must not have the large castle or the common castle. Let's have a look here. So I'm assuming that these are these ones. Yeah, so we'd have to be up here if we wanted them. So we just don't have the money to get up here. Okay, so we're very far off getting that. Okay. What else have we got? Food Taster. That's effective against enemy hostile schemes, so that's not going to be too useful for us. Beyond that, not too much. Okay, so right now our court doesn't matter a ton because there's not a lot of benefits that we can actually get. Let's have a look in here. So we have our Castellans. So we have... What's this? Do their best. It's assigned to do their best. They aren't sure how they wound up here, but they're doing their best. Okay, apparently I can't reassign his role. Okay, we could potentially fire him. Is the reason why we can't reassign his role because he's garbage? Is that the reason? Because he's terrible at everything? I suspect it might be. Yeah, a lot of these people do not seem good at their jobs. Okay, let's go for a steward. Let's get a better steward in here. Who's our best? Our best is Aelwyn. Okay, I think he has to take the role. Is he currently... No, he's currently nothing else. Are you good at anything else? You're kind of good at martial. Yeah. Let's put this guy in charge here for right now. Okay. Our Castellan should probably be somebody with better stats. I was thinking he could have it. What do you do? You give me supply duration and you give me domain tax, potentially. I think I'm going to put you in as my Castellan. Yeah, we're going to swap you for now. Okay, so I can get you to oversee the realm, which would give us intrigue and monthly intrigue lifestyle experience, or we get martial. Let's get some intrigue. Yeah, that seems good. And then he can organize schemes. Give us an extra hostile scheme. Or he can just give us flat intrigue. Just give us flat intrigue right now and we'll work it out. Okay, so our Chancellor here. We can go for Osgood, who is one better. Master of Arms is currently Elias. Can we replace him with somebody better? Who isn't Oswald Kettleback? Maybe we can put in Jamie here, who we just fired. There we go. I know what we're putting in people. We could do swaps and make it all much better, but let's do this right as we're doing it. Spymaster, currently this person, doesn't like us, never a good position. Let's put in Marissa. She's better at the job, and she'll like us for putting her on the council. I mean, she still doesn't like us, but it's closer. Our Admiral should be somebody who's actually good at the job. Somebody like, potentially... So we could put in Horace as our Admiral and then have Osgood take over there. Yeah, let's do that. So let's put in Horus there. Let's replace our Chancellor with Osgood. There we go. And then our Septon's kind of set. Okay. So you are currently getting us some intrigue. Now, I could potentially get you to fabricate claims. Now, fabricating claims, you might be like, well, you said you weren't going to declare war. True, but our liege could declare war if we set things up right. How strong is our liege? Our liege is incredibly weak. If I got a claim on this, our liege could press that for us. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, maybe we'll try and get a claim on this. See how much it costs us. I don't really need the piety currently, so we'll do that for now. I definitely do not need fleet movement speed or supply duration, so why don't you give me the main taxes? I mean, we're talking about almost nothing currently, but, you know, every little helps. Organized army, basically doesn't matter for us currently either. Let's go with this one. Gives us a chance of finding new commanders or captains, and the nice thing about finding new commanders or captains is that they come with all the other stats as well, so potentially we can get somebody better in those positions. Right now, I think I'm happy to have you just disrupt schemes. Yeah, and find anyone who's scheming currently. I don't think there's anything I currently need you to do, but once we start plotting, we might use you more. Foreign affairs allows us to increase fellow vassal opinion of us, but I kind of need some domestic affairs right now because my vassals hate... Well, is this direct? Does this include my court? This doesn't include my court. No. So actually, never mind. Foreign affairs because we have no vassals. I was thinking if it included our court, it might improve her opinion, but it doesn't. So there we have it. Collect taxes or increase development. Increasing development is generally pretty good if you're planning long term. I don't feel like this is going to be our place long term. Ideally, we were wanting to get somewhere that has like a large castle long term as our capital. So I'm feeling like we kind of want to ditch this at some point. So yeah, just collect some money off of it. Cool. Right. So that's our first plan there. Next one. Now, stewardship is where our education takes us. So how good is our education currently? So a level 4 Midas touched. Okay. That's pretty good. Have we got anything currently? We have nothing anywhere. I would think going in here would be good. Oh! This must be added by the mod. Is there anything else added by the mod? No. Okay, so what does Spider give you? Doubles the amount of spies that can be recruited without penalty. You can hire children older than 8 as spies. Okay. Children spying for you have a higher chance of finding secrets. Your spies are much less likely to flip and reveal your name if they get caught. Your spies are more likely to join your hostile schemes as agents. You gain the trait Spider. It increases the possibility of spies to find secrets. Children are generally more willing to spy for you. Or attracted characters are more willing to spy for you. So can I get spies currently? I'm not entirely sure how this system works, but I'm going to go from first principles and go, maybe there's something in here. Study the art of scheming. You need a higher stress level and have an active scheme. Okay, and it will increase your hostile scheme chance. Oh, okay, interesting. I guess I should have refused to become a captain or commander, but let's not worry about that right now. Yeah, okay, so I don't see how the spy network thing starts, but maybe that's something you have to have a court for. Not sure. Anyway, we'll figure it out in time. Let's send for a maester from the Citadel while we're here. So, renowned throughout the known world as the center of Westerosi learning, the Citadel of Old Town provides every keep in Westeros with a trained man of learning. Perhaps I should send for one. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Anyway, aside from all that, I do want to go into intrigue, because if we're going to start scheming, I think going down schemer would be good. Seducer actually has a lot of benefits as well, because potentially we could get some bastard children, and potentially we could position them to be in line to something. That could work. Okay. Let's go with this. Let's grab, for right now, we'll just grab Skullduggery Focus, because people will be less likely to join our schemes anyway, right now. So let's just do that, and we'll see how that goes. Right, let's marry somebody. Now, this is one of our big important choices, because we want to find somebody to marry who ideally is going to inherit something, or somebody we can line up to inherit something. Now, do we still want to stay in the Vale? Yeah, I think that probably we do. So let's just look at some places. So, Grimholm. We could try and somehow get in charge of our liege's land. The problem is, he has no children. His spouse is currently barren. So, actually, this is going to be the heir. The heir has a child. The child is 1. That's not going to lead us anywhere, right? There's absolutely no way for us to get in, there's no way for us to get in that line of succession. It goes him to him. He has no sisters. He has nothing, right? So I think Grimholm, straight out. Let's look at the next one. Runestone. So you're a pretty powerful place. We would like to have it. Let's see who we got here. So you do have some children. So you have Rayella Royce here, who is rude, honorable, and curious. She could potentially be alright. We would have to wait a few years to have her as our wife, but potentially. Ander Royce is currently the heir. Let me just double check something here. So it's male preference. Yeah, okay. I was just double checking succession law was male preference and not male only, because male only is more difficult. But male preference means that if he has no male heirs, it would in theory pass down through his first female heir, which would then pass down through her, which would then mean that we could potentially have her child inherit something. Yeah, so there you go. So she is currently 4th in line. That wouldn't be terrible. Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't be terrible. That's a potentially good one. That would allow us to get Runestone, which is a powerful place, even if we're not worried about actually having a strong military for wars. It is nice to at least be not worrying about other people declaring war on you. Let's have a look at other options. So we have Northbreach here. Now, Northbreach is... Oh, I thought... Never mind. That is his son, not his daughter. Yeah, Northbreach is out. 2 sons. Who's after the sons? Nobody. Okay. Snakewood Forest. Again, nobody. He, unfortunately, is not going to marry us, so that's fine. Heartsholm. Again, same kind of issue with the first one. It just doesn't seem like a good choice. He has 2 heirs. Both of them are his brother. Not going to lead to anything. Here, we have Janice Hunter, 18. We could marry her right away. She's lustful, so there is a chance of us immediately getting children here. He's strong, not as strong as Runestone, but we would immediately be able to, start having children there. He has some sons, one of which is married with children. That is a problem. We would have to kill them all if we wanted to. But I think that there's some potential there. He is quite old, but if we started off by killing these children, there is potential for us to rise up over here. I think that he's definitely got potential. We should just mark him like this on the side here to say these are people who we could potentially take land off of. Old Anchor. Again, he has a daughter. Daughter is 9, so a little bit younger. I think is a straight up worse choice than Runestone currently. Iron Oaks. We're assuming, of course, that they want to marry us, which is no guarantee. Primary heir is Morton. Morton then has children. Way too large a family. Not going to work. I'm going to give up looking in a second because I think we've already found some options. We have Lorena, 14. Okay, Lorena, 14 is not bad. So how does this go? So it goes you, Lorena, and then into Vardis. So we could potentially inherit via Lorena. All we would have to do is get rid of Gregor. That's not impossible. Okay. He's not that strong, but potentially something we could do. What is this? Uncouth. It's not caring the world for his appearance, falling well short of people's standards. Yeah, I don't think there's any way in here, unfortunately, either. 9 stars. We have Jane Templeton. Okay, potentially could be somewhere for us to go. All we would have to do is get rid of Gerald. Okay. This one's actually not bad. Strongstone. Too many male heirs. Yeah. Okay. So I think I think we got our choices here. So our choices are between Ian, here, who we would marry Janice Hunter, and immediately have the chance of children. So marry Janice, kill the rest of them. We have Jon, who we would marry Rayella, okay, who is 4th in line. And we have Simond, who would marry Jean, or Jane, sorry, I don't know why I said her name weird, who is 14, so we could marry in a couple of years. I think this is a good option. I think this is a good option here, because we only have to kill one. I think the problem with this guy is that he's old, right? So the fact that he's old means that he might die soon, which means that this person's going to inherit very soon. This person's going to be next in line. His wife is still young enough that they could have more children. He already has a couple of children. So the number of people we have to... And this person would probably also marry. So the number that we have to kill off to get to her is too many, right? Here, we could potentially get to Rayella. But again, the number we have to kill off is too many. This one, we have to kill one person. And everything fits into place. His wife is at the age where she's unlikely to have many more children. It seems like a pretty good choice for us. So potentially 9 stars. So we're going after the Templetons. So, now we are at the moment of truth. Can we marry? No. Okay, why not? Is marrying down? Opinion of spouse, you. Opinion of matchmaker, you. You speak the common tongue. She is dear to him. Grand wedding? Grand wedding gets us closer, but doesn't fundamentally fix the fact that he doesn't like us. Now, if he liked us, we would be closer. So average cost is 190. Can I send you a gift? So we could increase his opinion by 47. Okay. So if I wanted to marry her, grand wedding, let's just have a look here. So if we got 47, so his opinion is currently -3. So that is, yeah, so that will go away. That will go away. So we're going to immediately get 12 opinion back. I think it's going to be enough, because all we need is 6 on the other side. Also, wait, is she a genius? No, we're a genius. Never mind. I was like, is she a genius? We could pass that on. No, we're a genius. Yeah, we might also pass along delicate. I think if I send this guy a gift, he'll say yes. Let's do it. Send this guy a gift. We don't have an awful lot of money to spend if we keep spending it in 150 chunks, but let's do that. So I'm going to send him a gift, and then I'm going to say, hey, while you're at it, can I marry your daughter? We'll have a big wedding. He's going to be okay with that. Okay. We have found our wife. Wonderful. We have to choose a patron aspect. Okay. So this is part of the Faith of the Seven. So basically, you're just choosing the stat that you want. I would love to get a stat which is good. Hostile scheme success chance is quite nice. I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Stranger. Neither man nor woman, yet both at once. Outcast, wanderer from far lands, less and more than human, unknown and unknowable. His face is that of death, his hand, that which leads souls to the other world. I guess we're going to be a follower of the Stranger. We'll see how that goes. We have no player heir. We're planning on fixing that. We could hold a grand tournament, a bit expensive for our tastes currently. We can request a loan. We'll hold off on requesting a loan as well. Okay. And then the only other thing I want to see is what can we actually build where we are that would be immediately useful. I guess some form of income would probably be useful, like a trade port. It gives us some money. Apiaries gives us some money. Yeah, maybe, is there anything that makes our schemes better, by the way, here? I don't think so, no. Let's go for one of these. Let's try and get ourselves just a little extra per month. It might not seem like much, but if we buy it now, we'll feel the benefit later, potentially. Okay. When we're going to unmark these two. I think we're ready to unpause the game. I know we haven't unpaused yet. It's crazy. Right. Let's go. The new Maester of Midlore Point. Okay. The Maester I sent from the Citadel has arrived in Midlore Point, a reachman by the name of Ibros. Let us hope that he'll be loyal and wise. So, we got this guy. He is a mastermind philosopher. He is also a renowned physician. That seems fantastic. He seems good at his job. Good. I will spend the money for him. That just seems like it's straight up good. Okay, higher liege entered regency. So Lord John is now sharing power. Yeah, that's true. There's another thing that we could potentially do. We could do regency mechanics to take power. Huh. I didn't spend a lot of time looking at that either. That would potentially be a good path forward if we can get our liege into a regency. And we could do that by just killing him over and over again. Interesting. Okay. So that's Lord John of the Vale, because he is now traveling to a hunt. Okay. Cool. Oh, actually, I do want it broken down just a little bit here. Just instead of having the Grey of the Iron Throne there. Okay, cool. I think that's good. Do we see our Maester in here, or do we see our Maester in this one? Maybe we see the Maester in... we see him in here. Yeah, so he's excellent at the job. Seems good to me. Right. Are we now betrothed? We are. Perfect. So we're going to potentially marry her in 2 years. Okay, that's our first big milestone, is marrying her. Right. Next up, do we have a position on our liege's council? Does our liege... Yeah, let's just have a look here. Vassals. Powerful vassals. Can I see if anyone's got a role? So you're Spy Master, Chancellor, Admiral, Master of Arms. We currently do not have a position. I would like a position on this guy's council. Who's his... well, what position do we want? Yes, we would love to have Spy Master. Yeah, let's kill his Spy Master and then we can be Spy Master. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. I'm going to kill him. Lord Eon of Midlore. That's our first target. Because he's currently Spy Master. I'd love to kill him. If not, I'd love to kill your steward, who is it called Castellan or Steward? It's called Steward. Okay, that's fine. Just thought I'd double check here. I can't kill him. Do you have a steward? So you're Castellan +1, so that's fine. We go in here. Double check. Spy Master, Chancellor, Admiral, Master of Arms. He currently does not have a steward. I can see my liege's council, can't I? Yeah. Wait, I'm the steward. Oh. It didn't show up when we were hovering. My mistake, my mistake. Never mind. He might get to live. I still want to be Spy Master, though, so actually I do still want to kill him. But we're the steward. Does that give us anything? We get extra tax per month. It's not bad. I would love to be able to kill him, though. So, let's do this. See what a murder scheme's like. 95% success chance. You know, I like those odds. Yeah, let's do it. Little murder scheme. You've joined as an agent. Okay. I assume just because you dislike your liege. Alright, that works for me. That works for me. Is she... Yeah, she's providing 87%. Because she's the Spy Master of his court. That's pretty good. We don't need to invite anyone else. Wonderful. Right, let's speed it up a little bit. I'm going to stick in speed 4 for a little bit, just until the game works out what's happening. And then we'll probably go up to speed 5 once, you know, all the initial stuff starts. So Lord Tywin's Grand Tournament. Interesting. So we could go to the tournament. We wouldn't necessarily have to compete. But again, there's also not... Well, I said again, like I've already said something, but I was thinking of the thought in my head. We don't necessarily have to compete in combat things either if we go. Although everything is combat here. We could choose to go and then not do anything. Right? We could choose to go and then potentially just hang out. That's potentially not a terrible idea. We could get a caravan master. Do we have one? Mary could be our caravan master. Okay, how much is it costing us? 0.1. Alright. Let's put in Osmary. And then, sure. Let's go to a tournament. Let's go to Lord Tywin's tournament. Okay. And I'm not going to participate if I can. This looks horrible. Every single place that we go through looks like it's absolutely the most dangerous thing we could ever do. Oh my lord. I don't want to do any of this. There's 3 locations of extreme danger. Alright, where are these locations of extreme danger? Oh, they're right here. Yeah, so to avoid them, we would have to go round this way, probably. And then come around there. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this trip now that I've had a look at it. Is there anything I can do to make it better by... can I choose this? No. I could potentially lower it if I got like a mountain guide. Yeah, so let's maybe go for a mountaineer. That does lower the danger significantly, which is good. I'm happy with that. What about here? It's just general stuff, so I'd also have to hire mercenary guards, maybe? Okay, that's a lot more workable. I think we could work with that. So we could do this, and potentially on the way back, we could get some lifestyle stuff. Although the lifestyle stuff is not particularly useful for us. It's all diplomacy lifestyle. Is there any intrigue lifestyle stuff around? What's this one here? Trigger a sightseeing event, and you gain the trait Traveler. That's kind of cool. I think we could go to Lannisport. Seeing where else is available here. There's another sightseeing event. Okay. Intrigue. The best we got there is all the way down there, and we don't get very much intrigue for going over there. Oh, we got some here at Grafton's Holdfast. Yeah, we could potentially go around this way, get a sightseeing event in Gulltown, and then head back. Okay. Let's see. Let's customize our route a little bit. So I'm going to go there first, and then on the way back, when we go to Castle Rock, go to Lannisport. And then, just because I know the route that we're on, I'm going to go there, to the Moon Gates. Then we're going to take a bypass over here. And then we're going to go here. That seems fine. Then we get to come back home. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I'm happy with that. Okay. So, total travel time is 5 months. I think that seems reasonable. Activity starts on the 31st. We're going to arrive on the 9th. That's pretty good. Yeah. We could potentially go out of our way to go to the Eyrie as well. When we go into the Eyrie, that does look like that is distinctly a lot of mountains where we're going to get people who want to kill us. But yeah, let's join Lord Tywin's tournament. I did say I wanted to do tournaments and things, so let's go. We've hired a mercenary captain. Let's go speed 5 and travel. My fellow attendee, Lord Tywin, is hosting a grand tournament competition in the vicinity of 7 points, and the time has come for us to depart. I began sharing power with Jaime as well. I forgot that we would, of course, have to have a regent. We shall represent the House of Baelish and make the Fingerman people proud. Hopefully the rest of the 7 points won't be as rotten as Lord Tywin, but we should be wary of what goes down when in the lion's den. Okay. A foreign treat. It's not the first time I catch my Admiral Horace fiddling around with some flowers he's been picking along the road. Sometimes I swear I even hear him sighing, overlooking Trimpley's holding. My liege, he says, it's not a secret that my heart has found a new home far from home. Sorry, just for context for how far we are, we have gone to literally the next town over. Alright, cool. Home far from home. Alas, my soul aches for Saryana. My desire knows no end. Her eyes, her hair. I long for just a salute. I die for a word. Please, I beg you, let me stay with her. I kind of feel like I'm just going to say no to that there. A duel demanded. An opposing man is standing on the road ahead of us. I am Yoren of Rathmore. I bested dozens of men in combat, and honestly, all those fights were dull. So here I am on this road looking for someone better than me, someone I can learn from. If you can best me in combat, I will become a valuable and loyal servant. And so on this day I demand to beat one of you in a fair fight. This is Yoren. Okay. So I can say no. I can say you be less valuable after I win, or Oswald will show you how it's done. Now, unfortunately, this is going to delay us by 30 days. So, yes, I have to say no. Because basically I need to get to where I'm going. Okay. We've visited the location of the Battle of the Seven Stars. The great victory of the Andals over that of the First Men, the Battle of the Seven Stars, secured the Vale for House Arryn and established the Kingdom of the Mountain and Vale. Weird whispers. I've noticed that Delan avoids me more than usual. She also sits at the opposite end of the table whenever we're invited to a feast, and consistently refuses my company while camping. We may not have the best of relationships, but that attitude is starting to tire me, especially when I overhear her defaming me. Petyr is a heartless ogre. I'd be a way better lord than him. Okay. So this random person. So I can fight her. I can get my caravan master to scold her. End your days in a dungeon. Get out of my sight. Or is that the wind I hear? Well, let's see. I could imprison her. Weirdly, telling her to go away makes her more mad at me than imprisoning her. I'm going to imprison. I'm going to tell my caravan master to take care of it for now. Moon Man Woman. I've seen the world and beheld its many wonders in my travels, but never have beheld such beauties as the ones that I've seen in the bloody high road. Truly, Moon Man women are a cut above the rest. One particularly fascinating specimen has taken my eye as late, a peasant woman by the name of Alina. A pretty little beauty, she is far too pleasing to my eye to spend her days slaving away in the bloody high road. So she can join our court as our lover, or I cannot give my love that freely. No, we're kind of busy here. Other people's pastures. A fine day like this, the weather is nice, the pastures of High Road look great, and the local livestock are positively jumping and cheering in their own guttural manner. Calves are walking next to their mothers, their fur shiny and clean. Overall, the place is very competently run, although I do notice a couple of oddities that I would manage a bit differently. The local patriarch approaches me. A fine morning to you, my lord. Are these beauties not a sight to behold? So I could apply this back home, which gets us improved pastures. It's a 100% chance. I can try and do it. Or I can say he can take care of his own pastures. Well, we might as well bring it back home, right? We might as well get the benefit. That's fine. On a mountain trail. One foot after another, I slowly move forward on a narrow mountain trail. Suddenly I hear a rumble and a quickly silent scream. Shocked by the commotion, I whip around. Instead of Osmeri walking behind me, there is only an equally befuddled and tired face of Oswell, standing in front of freshly turned rocks. Whereas Osmeri, I demand to know, my voice barely escaping my dry mouth. The only response is a faint whistling of the wind. So we can do a very dangerous attempt to save her, or I can say, could not have done this better myself and leave. I guess I'm going to leave. She's dead. Need a new caravan master. My old caravan master, Osmeri, shed her mortal coil when she has fallen from the mountain trail. It behooves me to choose someone else to lead my entourage. In fact, there are two who could easily fill Osmeri's shoes. Either my courtier Delan or my knight Brian would both serve me well in a pinch. Well, I mean, unfortunately, she is average, which does make her better, but she slagged me off, so I'm going to choose this guy, because he hasn't insulted me in the last 2 minutes. I mean, it's not a sensible choice, but it is the choice I have made. Where are we, anyway? Ah, we're in the Riverlands here. He's no longer the captain of my household guard. Is that because he can't hold 2 positions at once? It is. Okay, we can reassign him when we get back. Okay. Liege has passed the law, limited crown authority. Don't like that titles can be revoked? Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, but, I mean, how does he feel about us? That's the question. He is not a huge fan, but he doesn't hate us as much as he could. I mean, that's fair. Local hero. As we traverse the wilderness, trudging through the dirt, we encounter a modest wayward shrine. Naively carved, it sports a 7-pointed star at its head, and below the weathered words, "Here lays Saint Rormond of Southshore, blessed son of Sallydance." Saint Rormond of Southshore sounds like a local spiritual figure has been patronized in these parts. One not sanctioned by the faith of the seven devout. I can cast them down, desecrate the tomb, and say it has a nice ring to it, or we better get going. I think it is none of our business, personally. The trodden path. The procession has ground to a halt, a stone's throw away from Chillbox Hill. I look over to see my courtier, Delan. Oh, it's always her, right? Dismounted and intently staring at something on the ground. The other entourage members have gathered around her. Delan looks up as I approach. "My lord, there is an ant path here. I may be a tad superstitious, but you should never cross an ant path." She pauses. "My great-grandmother did, and she never returned home." No. I'm going to take over. I am completely do not care what she thinks. Yes. I am a competent guide. I know what I'm doing. Wonderful. Call of the road. Since leaving home nearly a month ago, I've seen highs and lows, reveled in the wind blowing through my hair, and lamented the rocks in my boots. There are so many places, so many things I have yet to see, out there on the open road. I feel free of the stuffy castle, if only for a little while. The roads are full of pilgrims and wanderers. Perhaps it is among them that I will find peace of mind. I've got the traveller trait. Oh, cool. Before even getting to the place that would give us it. Lord John is back from his hunt. Okay. Woo! So I'm just watching him speed along. Who is this person? It's not us. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We've arrived at the tournament. Let me go real slow here. I arrived at the site of the tournament here in the 7 Points. Though not all the revelers have yet arrived, throngs of people wander through the colourful surroundings, all looking forward to the forthcoming displays of skill and prowess. There's no time to lose. I must begin preparing. I must be a victor at absolutely any cost. Absolutely not. Little do you know... How do I do this? There is a way of changing what you want to do. I want to... I could try and recruit, I guess. That would be an interesting thing to do here. See if we can find anybody. You'll likely not qualify. I don't want to qualify. I don't even want to compete. I thought there was a way of saying I don't... Yeah, there we go. I wish to spectate. I wish to spectate. I wish to spectate. I wish to spectate. I do not wish to participate in any of the things because I do not wish to die. So that I think would work well. Although we probably will not. We probably wouldn't qualify anyway. We're here purely to recruit, hang out, see what kind of things are happening. If we can get some good people, maybe at the tavern or at the village, maybe it's a good thing for us. But anyway, I think that this is a good point to end the first episode. We have arrived at Lord Tywin's tournament. We're ready to potentially get some new people in our court. We have a wife lined up with Jane here. Okay, so we're going to marry her in 2 years. We are trying to kill this guy so we can potentially be put in charge as spy master instead of our current position as steward. And yeah, it's basically everything's gone to plan so far, although we haven't really done any schemes yet. Once the schemes start going, things could go downhill very, very quickly. Right, as this is at the end of the first episode of a series, I do want to ask that you subscribe, like, comment if you want to do any of that stuff, because on the first episode of a series it really matters a lot more than all the others. This is where people get their entrance into a series. This is where people first get a chance to see it. People aren't going to join on episode 50. I don't care what you do on episode 50, but on episode 1, this is the point where interaction matters, because the more people we get on episode 1, the more will be on episode 2, more people will be on episode 3, and all of that is very good for me. So, if you enjoyed it, please do that. If you didn't enjoy it, well, I'd like you to do it anyway, but, you know, no obligations. And that's it. I'm not going to tell you to do that on another episode, because, as I said, it doesn't matter. Episode 1's the one that matters. So, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in episode 2 for some more of this.